Bally Ho! Right, now, this is what I'm riding today. The new Thruxton 1200. It's got the 1200 high power engine that my Thruxton R has got, but it isn't the R. Has ordinary suspension, looks like it's non-adjustable at the front, and at the rear just adjustable in preload. There are black springs which fit very nicely, but it's the white version. I'd have preferred the green. The green really does stand out, it's very nice. We'll see how it goes. It hasn't got the tail tidy on it yet, but it's, it's not too bad. And it's got standard pipes. Mirrors are different, they're a bit chromy. And it's got the T120 switch gear, so it's quite different to mine. Chunkier. It hasn't got heated grips, even though the T120 has. So let's just sort the mirrors out. And there's my bike back from being mended. Ultimately, it's got exactly the same modes as the others. You can turn traction control on and off, ABS on and off. It's got 2 trips, average miles to gallon, range to go, and fuel gauge on this side, and the modes along the bottom: rain, road, and sport. I obviously have put it in sport mode. Now, so we're going to see what it's like. Seat, there's more room on the seat because there's no seat cowl, and it's a longer bit of seat there. Obviously, it's still got the bulb indicators that came on my old one as well. Just as quick. It feels different a little bit already, just because of the grips being bigger, and they feel a bit closer together, I think. So maybe that's the angle, or maybe that's just me imagining it. But the main thing is the suspension and the brakes. Yeah, that you have to put more pressure on, and they're a bit softer. That is a difference. It's harder to do 2-finger braking. I'm missing the fact it hasn't got knee pads on tank, but again, that's just an accessory, you can get those. And yeah, I kind of miss, I mean, it's smart, this sort of matte paint. The switchgear just feels bigger and chunkier. It's got the same headlight as the R version, obviously. So really, it's going to be down to, is it worth the extra £1,300 for the brakes and suspension? Now, cosmetically, you don't have a tank strap here, which I really like, because that's more authentic to the style. My old Thruxton 900 had a gold stripe down the tank, which I did like, but I'd have preferred a tank strap. So yeah, difference is you've got a mode button here on mine, whereas the mode button's there because it's the T120 switchgear, but it's also why it's chunkier. It isn't the sort of slimmer handles, and the buttons are in the right sort of position, so nice. Right, hold it on. Ah, yeah. I would say the brakes are half as good. I need twice as much pressure to get the same effect. Oh, the engine's nice, very nice. Needs its 500 mile service by the looks of things. But yeah, you got the gear indicator, you got the same dials as mine, same gauges, just a different headstock. The thing about the cosmetic stuff you can change, apart from possibly the tank. But the green tank looks divine. Doesn't really need a tank strap at all. So for me, it's whether I made the right decision. Suspension, we need to find some bumps and things. Oh, I should actually actively seek them out. Yeah, standard brake reservoir. So it hasn't got the sporty one, so you can't put an anodized on one, but then you don't need to. So, I mean, it's not cheap by any means. It's still got the Monza filler cap that's lockable. So we'll find out about the brakes and the suspension. Sounds nice and rorty. Yes, oh yeah. Oh, ow! Well, I think that answers my question. It doesn't, what's the word? It doesn't dampen fast enough. How's that? It's still very, I mean, it's still a perfectly capable machine. But yeah, that was, that really hurt my nuts. Right, let's do some fast stuff if we can. Get past this Focus Estate car. See how it behaves. I can feel the little bumps more. It's not, it just doesn't ride as fast. It just doesn't seem to be working quite as quickly, but it's minuscule, it's minute. The ride seems much smoother on my bike on this road in these turns. I feel slightly better, more attached to the front, which is what, as you'd expect really, but it's certainly not an issue. If £1,300 is a lot of money to you, and it would be to me if I wasn't doing it on finance, and this is more than capable, and it's almost worth it just for the green paint. Pickup's good. Tyres, I didn't look at the tyres. Has it got the sporty tyres? Let's have a look. When we stop. Yeah, rear brake half as good. That was, yeah, in the front, there's sort of, initially there's no feel, there's nothing, and then quite firm. But it doesn't seem to do much compared to, yeah, I mean, it's there. I mean, okay, let's try it. So we're at 60 miles an hour, no one's behind me. Let's find a nice straight bit so if someone does come up, I'm not going to get splatted. Right, it says 60, and, right, and that was with 2 fingers. It's all right, it just took a while. Yeah, I definitely prefer the brakes on mine, and knowing what I know, for me, they're worth it. And also the suspension, and also you can tweak the fact that you can adjust the suspension as well, and just from a bling factor as well. Woohoo! Such a tart. The Öhlins and Brembos do seem to be worth 1,300 quid, especially when the piggyback Öhlins for my old Thruxton would have been 1,400 quid just on their own. It also doesn't seem quite as, I don't know why, it doesn't seem quite as flickable. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's because it's going very fast. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, it could be the tyres. Maybe the tyres are different, so it doesn't flick quite so well. Captain's log, additional. There are small, short wave frequency vibrations from the little bumps coming into my hands. Yeah, front suspension, it's good, it works, I mean, why not? It doesn't react as fast to the smaller variations in the road surface, and so my hands, the palms of my hands, are feeling it a bit more than on my R version, so that must be down to the front forks. It's not vibes from the engine. It was when I was going around the corners just now. There are little bumps, you can feel them. They're a little bit harsher on the hands, just along here. This is the bumpy road I like testing bikes on. Thruxton, just my R seems to just sort of, it does bounce, but it just soaks it up. Whereas this is a bit juddery, a bit jarry. So obviously, and through no fault of its own, it is to be expected. They're not Öhlins suspension. It doesn't react as fast, and that's to be expected. Through no fault of the bike, because you don't pay for it. But yeah, for me, if it's your one bike, if it's your only bike, I'd rather have the R, because I live with the better suspension and everything. If it's a second bike you have for weekend rides and for hooning around, and let's face it, a cafe racer style bike is meant to be that. I'm a bit unusual in the fact that I only have one bike, and it is a Thruxton R. But it's just because I'm ridiculously heroic. So, yeah, I think this is, certainly if it's a second bike, this is perfectly adequate. And as special as you want to make it. I personally wouldn't get the white, but that's me. Alright, time for a little walk around. I won't be too comprehensive because I've already done a Thruxton walk around. Let's do the differences. Yeah, they're not the Pirelli Super Corsa tyres. They're Angel GT tyres. Which might mean if they're a bit squarer, that might affect the turn-in that I was expecting. It wasn't as flickable. That could explain that entirely. So that might not be suspension, that just could be the tyres. Again, you've got the same spoked wheels. You've got the same headlight, as discussed in my review, and you can always get the shorter LED indicators if you so wish. The suspension, you've got these fork gaiters on, which again are a bit more of a classic look, and you can just pull those reflectors off. There's sort of white gummy glue underneath. That can all change. The dash is very similar. It's got a different headstock, different mirrors, same size, but chromey. So instead of the sort of brushed silver rim, that's the difference there. Obviously, you haven't got the R by Thruxton on the side panels. Engines are the same. You've still got the 1200 high power engine. HT lead is the same with Triumph written on it. So suspension at the back, you've got the preload adjuster at the bottom, which you twist. It looks like it's got seven adjustments at the back. And the pipes, well, they're the standard pipes. And they sounded quite nice, actually. The seat, as I say, you've got a bit more room on the seated platform. And, yeah, it's a nice seat. But again, it hasn't got the pillion pegs, but you can get those. I have on mine. It's just got those finishers there. They're nice. Having a metal chain guard, that's nice, but that's on the R as well. So, yeah, they're the differences. We've discussed the brakes. And we have discussed the suspension. But otherwise, a very nice looking beast. And the green, I'll try and put a photo in here. The green is delightful. As I've said already, things like the brake reservoir, that's different. The controls are different. The grips are bigger. The brake levers are the same. Otherwise, it's fairly standard. Standard, obligatory engine noise, exhaust noise. This is standard, remember? Nice and throaty. Arr! Yummy! So, final bit really. I think I've given you everything you need to know. The differences, for me, the brakes are quite a bit worse than standard, but more than adequate, don't get me wrong. It's just when I go to stop hard, I have to pull twice as hard as I think. Oh, and there's a bit of a weird, yeah, it's a bite. Anyway, so I do prefer the brakes and suspension on my bike. It's made me feel much better about the fact I bought the R outright. But don't get me wrong, this is a very nice bike. We saw that we've now got Angel GT tyres, excellent for all weather riding. They've had some excellent good press in the last 2 or 3 years. But that might be affecting the tip-in. So yes, the geometry is the same. So it probably isn't suspension, it probably is the tyres. That's the only difference there. But I am finding, because it feels a bit heavy to turn like that. I mean, mine I can flick much better than that. Must be tyres. But yes, as I found, the juddering of the suspension, etc. It's just a little bit. You can tell the difference. You really can. I'm really pleased you can tell the difference. But by no means is this a bad bike. And if that's what if you're on the budget for this one, get it. And especially in the green. Whoa. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you very much. Any more questions, I shall try and answer them. It's oh, by the way, last thing, it's £10,000. Talk a bit. Bye. Conclusion. Yeah, for me, the brakes and suspension are worth it. But if you're rarely on the edge and you don't mind a little bit of a bouncy ride, this is absolutely more than capable. It looks just as good as mine. I mean, you can make it look like the R if you really want to. So, entirely up to you. Entirely up to you. But for me, yeah, I'm happier. I am happy I got the R, because these little they're ironed out by my Olins. They really are. I didn't realise that would be. I thought I'd have to look for a major difference in the suspension, but I can really feel it, and it's harsh, a bit harsher on my lower back. A little bit harsher on my lower back. That is all. That is all. Oh well. Anyway, Bally Ho. Thank you. Bye. Tiny Bally Ho! Ha! Right, back on my bike, and instantly feels like home. Feels lighter, flickable. The suspension isn't as harsh. It's just easier to ride and throw around more. Oh, I can get the front wheel off a little bit. Yeah, I think it felt like the other one had slightly narrower bars, but only about a centimetre maybe, and that could have been because of the width of the grips, the thickness of the grips. So actually, that was probably not an issue. Yeah, these bumps are just being soaked up by the Thruxton R. These little bumps, and I'm not feeling it in my hands at all, and my palms aren't taking a pounding. Haha! Who misses? For say no more, say no more. It almost feels a bit twitchier, but that's good. I like that. Jolly good, jolly good. Carry on as you are. And yeah, braking. Oh, back to almost one finger braking. It's brilliant. Very good. Anyway, thanks very much. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this useful. Please comment below if you've got any questions that I haven't answered in this video. Tiny Bally Ho, thanks for watching. Toodle pip. Bye!